Thank you, Myron, for accepting the invitation for this amazing interview, especially for myself, because as we discussed this before, I'm a journey to understand how self-love can change people's life. So before I go into this interview, I'd like you to introduce yourself, who you are, and why you choose to be on this interview. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Like you mentioned, my name is Myron Aung. I live in Western Australia. I'm a father of two daughters, and yeah, I personally um, discovered myself about probably about the last 5 years ago. Uh, you know, I've been in the personal development journey for the last 5 years, and I migrated to Australia probably about 2008. I've been in Australia for the last 11 years. And
Amazing.
as you know, as you on the personal development journey, then I have to find myself and find out about still finding about who I am, what my purpose, what my vision. At the same time, I'm trying to inspire and help people to understand who they are and overcoming their fear and building the belief so that they can build a better life and better future for themselves.
Perfect. Amazing, man. So why self-love? Why did you choose self-love to discover yourself? There are other programs, there are other teachers. Why self-love?
Well, the thing is, man, thank you for that. That's a good question. Self-love. I I'm really passionate about it because as an immigrant person,
Yeah.
when you come to the another country, you have a lot of a lot of fear in you, right? You got
Okay.
to overcome a lot of fear. You don't have the enough confidence.
Okay.
You are really worried about how people are going to perceive you. You have to overcome racism and criticism and rejection, and you get a lot of fear about not being accepted in a new society that you just arrived here.
Yes.
And at the same time, what you have to do is then you so the reason I started out this journey is discovering self-love. It's not I was not finding the self-love. I was just finding myself. The self-love is that I just picked it up along the way journey that it
Art.
is a critical is a part. So whoever in the personal development journey,
Yeah.
the first thing you have to do it, you got to discover yourself. When you have to discover and find yourself, the most critical part is that you need to discover self-love within you, and then you can only find the truth of who you are. So I think that finding yourself self-love is the fundamental thing when you are in the personal discovery journey and the personal growth.
It's fascinating to me because, I am also an immigrant and I recently launched a book, Become the Ultimate You. And my book is Start with Self-Love. And it's exactly what you are saying. We have to start with this. This is a fundamental principle if you want to achieve anything in your life. And I'm really
Exactly.
resonant with it. And I also agree with this statement. And you can find in this book that I started this with the self-love chapter. So thank you
Well,
very
my
much. Yeah. So
yeah, look, I think your book's in Amazon already, right?
yes, yes, it's already
I
available.
have to order one. I have to order one.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so where you were before starting the personal development, and then you find self-love, and where you are today. We will go into the process, how you how you did it in the next question. But what is the difference it made in your life in those 5 years you talk about?
Well, like you said before, before I discover myself, I was just living my life in an autopilot. I get up and I go to work. I work Monday to Friday, and then the Friday, it's sort of like it's a good day for me because of Friday when it just started to drinking and then started drinking the Saturday and then Sunday is a hangover day and then going back to work on Monday and start all over again. So I've been doing this for I think nearly 2 decades, right? Before I discover myself. As a result of that, I have a lot of, personal debt. I have 95,000 in credit card debt, and
Wow.
I was about to lose my marriage, and I was a, alcoholic. I was, drug addict. I do a lot of gambling. I'm a heavy smoker, and abusive husband, and irresponsible father. That's, I can name a lot of things. The list can goes on, right?
Yeah.
So, the first thing that every change that we make in our personal discovery, it has to be some sort of trigger. So I have a lot of triggers in my the universe telling me, or whatever thing that you believe in me, it gives me a lot of triggers there. I ignore a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But one thing that really changed my life was, I think probably about 3 years ago, I lost my father-in-law. That really hit me really hard, and I started realizing about how important the health is for you, for everybody. If you're not healthy, you can't really, you lose everything, right? And also, I dearly love my two daughters, and even I came from the broken family, so that I don't want to give the similar sort of path to my two daughters. So I decided to make some changes. So any changes that you want to make in your life, it all start with the awareness. You can either call other things called consciousness, right? The
Yes.
awareness gonna kick in, and then I started looking at the why am I in the shithole? How how can I get up from here? Why other people doesn't suffering what I'm suffering right now? I started seeing things differently. I started comparing with other people, and why this guy, why I don't have what he have, and that type of thing, like in the basic level. And then I started realizing that, oh no, I have to do something, and then I started looking for the answer. And then I started, and then stumbling into this personal development well, and that's how my journey has been become. And I started, reading books. The first books I picked it up is a Jack Canfield. No, not Jack Canfield. This is the books, The Secret, man.
Okay, the secret. Yeah.
I think everybody got to start with The Secret,
Yeah.
man.
Now, I started my journey with the book called A Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma.
Oh yeah, yeah, Robin Sharma. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, man, that's how I started my personal development journey. Yeah.
So,
So, yes, go on, mate.
yeah, so just want to continue with that. Like, what have you become? We will talk about the process in the next question, but what have you become?
Yeah,
I want you to paint a picture of your current self for the audience. What it can be.
yeah. So basically, you know, basically, I understand more about who I am. You know, I started to see things as what is my purpose? What sort of vision that I have for myself, and my family, and the community. Community means the people. The vision that I have for is that I want to help all the Burmese people to overcome their fear and build the utmost confidence, so that they got a new perspective, and they can create a better life that they deserve. They can have that full potential. That's the ultimate vision. That's gonna be my legacy. So what becoming is that I have very clear on my values. Okay, I'm very clear on my purpose. I'm very clear on my mission, and it gives me, living a life with a purpose is the best thing you can do when you discover who you are, and when you appreciate, self-love. That's who I have become. I'm becoming a more loving father. I'm becoming a more, kind husband. I'm becoming a responsible human being. One of my highest value is a responsibility. That's so when you have when you discover yourself, when you love yourself, then you will do things differently in a way that you never have done it before. You never think that you can possibly achieve that type of thing. So it will change you. It will transform your life when you are at the end of, the if you are on the journey of discovering who you are. That's where the last 5 years, where I was. and where I am right now. So that's the difference. So
And beautiful.
the point that I'm getting is that know the purpose, know the mission. You live your day with your purpose, and you live for your values.
Oh my God, I'm touched. And thank you for sharing it. And thank you for being so vulnerable about your life. Because I really appreciate that you are courageous and inspiring enough that you can share it. Because most of people even can't share this kind of journey with the people. So thank you very much for sharing it. So moving on to my next question then, because it's really
Just before you move on, before you move on to another one, Mike.
sure, sure.
I just want you to remember this moment today,
Yeah.
right? 28 March. And I just wanted to share very interesting. You're gonna remember this, and I'm gonna remember this. I
Okay.
see yourself in my the global icon. You're gonna be achieving your purpose, and I'm gonna achieve in my purpose. And then one day, you and me have this conversation together. You know what? I just want to say thank you for making today very special. The reason why I said it because today is my very first own events that I'm supposed to be delivering that.
Wow, man. Congratulations.
But but the thing is, I couldn't make it because of the what happening out there.
Ah,
However,
okay. Okay.
however, you and me are talking about the same subject, same topic, same thing that I'm gonna share with my audience, but I'm sharing with you. So today is a special day for you and me, and we
Yeah,
will never forget
definitely
that.
it is a special day for me, mate. Thank you very much for coming over and talk to me about it. So yeah, thank you. It's a very nice coincidence that we are talking together on the same day that you're supposed to do something about it. So perfect. Yeah. So as I was saying that did you develop some steps to go into it or practice self-love, or what did you do about it? So if you can tell uh, the audience who are listening to this, they want to understand how to go into it, what to do about it.
Okay.
So
All
if
right.
you just say fall in love with yourself, it won't be enough for them. So I think it's good to give them some framework, how they can start, how they can go through, and what they can expect, right? So we have already
Yeah.
given them that what they can expect. So if you have a framework a little bit, how did you start and what did you do to continue on the journey? That would be great.
Okay. That's a very good question, Mike. I just wanted to go back to the very beginning. So when you having the talk about the self-love, every self-love issue have the fundamental issue where is very um, somewhere from the past.
Yes.
So every if you can't let this is the exercise that I just want you to do it first. All right. If you wanted to know whether or not you love yourself and you want how do you feel you want to know about yourself before you even started, this is the exercise that you can do.
Okay.
When you wake up in the morning,
Okay.
don't do anything. The first thing you do is go straight to have a look your face in the mirror. If you really wanted to make that exercise even more interesting, don't wear anything. Go and have a look at the naked in the mirror,
Okay.
and then look into your eye, look at your face, and then just feel the emotion. How do you see yourself in the mirror, and how do you feel? Do you love yourself without having a makeup or not combing your hair or anything like that? Or either are you happy with your tummy, your legs, your hand, everything? You look at yourself
Okay.
first thing in the morning. That's the first thing you do,
Okay.
you know. And then you're gonna feel the most genuine feeling about yourself at the time. Okay,
Okay.
either you can smile, look at you, or you don't want to look at your face, you don't want to look at yourself, and then
Okay.
you feel the emotion, and then that's how you identify where you are right now with self-love journey. All right. And another thing you can do is this one. Once somebody says something good about you,
Yeah.
how do you react to that? What sort of language that you respond? What I mean by that is, let's say or maybe in your workplace, or maybe, you're wearing something nice, or maybe you did something good. People come and talk to you. Um, you know, James, what you did in this meeting was really, really great. And, it was really, and then how do you respond to that? Do you say that, oh, thank you? Or you say that, no, that you didn't notice that I didn't do this thing very right. You
Okay.
know, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm
Are
saying
you okay with the, the appraising, there's
acceptance
someone
of
appraise you
something. Yeah.
yourself, accept it, right? These are the trigger, that these are the symptom that where what sort of, how do you feel about, yourself, self-love. That's the exercise that you can do on your
Understood.
own.
Understood.
that
Yeah.
would that would, you can discover yourself. So just going back to the beginning of the journey, all every issue with the self-love issue there was an underlying problem. What is it called? There must be something happen in your childhood, or
Yeah.
in your teenage life, or something happened,
Yeah.
right? Possibly you may come from the broken family, or you may have some events happen, okay, whatever events, whatever it is. It maybe is your girlfriend dumped you, or somebody, you know somebody bully you, or whatever thing is that might happen,
Yes.
that event. And then from that event, what you did was you put the meaning, saying that I am not lovable. That's the underlying issue there.
Okay.
So you need to understand, what is this that what is the events that happen to you, and what meaning you put it behind it.
Okay.
The majority of the issue that you see with the self-love is that the meaning that you put it, which is, generally speaking, I am not lovable.
Okay.
Nobody loves me.
Mm.
Nobody loves me. That
Yeah.
type of thing.
So that's the root cause
So
of the problem.
that's the root cause. The root cause.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't, and also the thing is that, you know people people can only love you for the degree that you love about yourself.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm a firm believer of that.
That's it.
Yeah.
And also that, like, when we try so busy to attract other people to like you or to love you, right? My mentor, my favorite, the teacher, which is Marisa Pia, she's the one
Okay.
that changed my life,
Yeah. UK.
right? Um she said, if you try to attract other people, that means that you put in your forehead saying that, please love me, please love me, all right? You
Beautiful.
become a desperate person,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
the people walk away because nobody wants to associate with that type of people if you're so demanding. So that's the root cause stuff. So basically, to be able to discover with any change, anything that you want to discover, the first one that you have to it come to my mind is, you need to be aware. You have to have awareness, the consciousness in you. All right,
Yes.
that you need to work on self-love. Without the awareness, without that consciousness, you can't go for the second stage called desire.
Of course. Yes. Of course. Yes. Einstein
Right.
said it
So
best. I think that you cannot solve the problem at the level where it was created. So yeah, that's
that's correct.
yeah.
So now you know that, where the problems come. You got the awareness, and then you got the desire. Desire normally the reason why you want to create something, why you want to make the change, why you want to transform that.
Mhm.
And then when you understand that, that Dean already mentioned 7 step, discovering your why,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
use it in this scenario.
Mhm.
And also, another thing is that any changes that you want to make, any desire that you want in your life, and you got to ask this fundamental question: do I have the enough knowledge to do where I want to go?
Very
A
nice.
lot of people, including myself, we want to do something. We have the desire, we know our why, but where we see the gap is knowledge, the skill set. We
Yeah.
don't have that. So in my discovery journey, what I did was, I started the fundamental thing that I did was, I start asking the question, why? And then I said, why my life being so bad? Why am I in a financial trouble? You
Okay.
know, How can I make my life better? How can I create a beautiful family? And then I started looking for the answer. I started asking people in my circles of influence. They gave me advice. Oh, read this book, read that book, go and watch this video. So I started reading books. And then first thing, what do you do? We ask some question for Google,
Yeah.
and the Google give us answer, and I read a book, and I go to the YouTube, find a lot of the educational video.
Mhm.
And then one thing that I changed my life for, it's I stumbled into this, my very first mentor called Dr. John DeMartini.
Okay.
So he was like, I attended his seminar probably about three 3 years ago. I went to his seminar. The very fascinating thing here is I wasn't quite sure whether I was able to pay the money to attend that training. So I didn't have enough money at that time. Like you said before, I was in a lot of financial crisis.
Okay.
But I made it's just something calling me, attracting me. It just said something pushing me, saying, just go to this seminar. Your life is gonna change. You know,
Intuition.
it's something is arching me to go.
Okay.
And I just like I couldn't make the financial decision. I got to pay nearly 4 grand. I didn't have the money. So I talked to my wife. I said, look, I just want to save our relationship. And then for some reason, it's something my intuition, my gut feeling telling me that go to this seminar. Our
Okay.
life is going to be changed.
Okay.
And my missus said, no, this is too much money. You're talking rubbish. She's a very practical and person, and she's very skeptic, about this one. She said, no,
Yeah.
you're not going there. So I said, no, let me make the promise. Let's trade something.
Okay.
If I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna take the 4 grand from credit card. I'm gonna pay it.
Okay.
If this event didn't have we didn't if I didn't get anything in return,
Yeah.
I will give up the thing that I really like, smoking and drinking, and I just gave it to you
Okay.
as a
Very,
return.
very
I
nice.
said so. I said that okay, finally I managed to get that. I can manage to get I influence my wife, and she let me go there.
Okay.
And then I went there for 2 days, and I
Okay.
had the breakthrough at the end of that seminar. And I was tear in my eyes. I was crying like a little baby, and that's how I started. I just started discover self-love, discover myself, and then since then my life never been the same. I saved my marriage. I'm becoming a better person. I can discover myself. I can see this self-love. I know my values and that type of thing. So the reason I'm to go back to your question is that the first thing is awareness. You need to know what do you want to change, what do you want to transform. All right. Second thing is desire. Is mean that you need to know the reason that you wanted to change, what sort of benefit that you are trying to achieve, what
Mhm.
sort of pain that you're trying to move away from. If you clear on these two things,
Yeah.
then the third step is called that you can find in the gap. Where is the gap there? You can fill the gap. And
Uh-huh.
then by educating yourself, you know, reading a book, doing the online training, go to the seminar. The last thing you can do is hire a personal coach.
Yeah.
Personal coach is the best thing you can do. I do not believe that all the seminar, including Tony Robbins,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
my you cannot if you go there in one event 3 day 2 days like me, change something in you, and you can change, you can transform and see the behavior changes. Good for you, Mike.
Yeah.
But a lot of things is called, I call it, it's called motivation.
Yes.
Another my mentor said, Lisa Nichols said, motivation lasts for 90 days, the max. What you don't need, no, it's not motivation. What you require is called inspiration.
Yes.
Inspiration is something that stay in you, within you. You live and breathe and talk and walk and talk and preach. That's the inspiration. Nobody has to ask me to get up and, Maro, you know what? You need to be you need to do this. No, nobody. I'm telling you, we having this conversation. I don't need motivation, man. This is like a my life story I'm sharing with you, and this is how I want to live. This is who I am.
True, true.
That's what you have to become. But I didn't get to this stage on a day, man. You have to discover. You got to do a lot of things. The last bit that I discovered myself, I don't believe in coach before, man.
Okay,
But now I started seeing things. Coach is a very the, is the bigger investment that we can make for our personal growth and personal development journey. It's
okay,
very important for discovering self-love because the coach has already done it, already been there, already know what route and what path you have to take it. You know, so going back to the knowledge, you got to feel the knowledge and the ability. What it means is that you need to be able to learn something, something in intellect, but to be able to, to hone your skill, you got to continue practicing on a daily basis with the consciousness.
okay,
So what helped me was meditation.
okay.
Meditation is this process that have the tremendous impact on my personal discovery and the personal journey. It's a meditation. And then another thing is called reinforcement is again meditation and then coaching and then the habits that you have built for every single day. That's how you got to reinforce yourself and you know stay on this you are your self discovery and finding the true self.
Beautiful, man. I'm really touched by your story. And thank you for simplifying this process in 3 steps. And I love the idea of waking up in the morning and looking at yourself in the mirror and just feel. I love the idea actually. I'm going to try this tomorrow definitely. And I would like to see what feeling and thought comes to me. I believe I'm good at it, but I would like to give a try to your methods as well. So thank you so much for sharing this. I'm sure it's gonna change or at least inspire a lot of people to think about it. So in the end, I would say what is the most important thing like people should keep in mind when they are in discovery of self-love? What is the one thing you would say like most important in your experience?
Do you have how many friends do you have?
I have around, if I you talk about friends, like the way I consider friend,
No,
I would say three, four.
the friends mean that you can call 2 a.m. in the morning and saying that, look, my friend, come and help me, pick me up from the petrol station. I'm so drunk, and
Yeah,
then someone gonna come and
four,
pick
five
it up.
people. Yeah,
4 or 5 people.
yeah.
Okay. How are you going to treat them?
Same way, if they call me, I will definitely go for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is that when you come to the self-love and self-discovery,
Hmm.
you need to love yourself the way that you're gonna love and be gonna be best friend to your real friend in the real life,
Hmm. Treat yourself the way you
right?
would like to be treated.
No, no, no. Treat yourself the way you're gonna treat to the other people. So when it comes to the self-love, right? I
Okay.
tell you, if somebody is saying that when some your friend is so depressed and he is so very he's so depressed and he did something wrong, right? He was so upset and regret and crying.
Okay.
You probably say that, hello, hey my friend, hey mate, don't worry about it, man. You did the best you can do it. These things happen. You can do next time. Come on, you're gonna be the best motivational, person for your friends, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to the reality, if we did something wrong, the
Yeah.
first thing you're doing, how stupid I am.
Okay.
I'm such a loser, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you say all the negative thing to yourself.
Okay.
You wouldn't say that to your friends, man, right? But
True.
you say that to yourself all the time, right?
Yes.
Including myself sometimes. You
Yeah.
know, look at Mara. How stupid are you? You can't even do this one. right? You can't get up in the morning. You said you're gonna do it. You said that you're not gonna eat this sugar anymore, and you keep doing that.
So true. Yeah.
You are just, you don't have any kindness and stuff, you respect and then love for yourself, like the way you're gonna treat to your friend. The first thing you do is this.
Yeah. So
You're
this.
gonna love yourself the way you love to your friends,
Okay. I got your point now.
right?
So treat
Yes,
yourself the way you will treat your best friend when in need.
best friend,
Okay.
right? And the other thing is that you have to do three things if
Okay.
you really wanted to stick out. The first one is that you got to praise yourself all the time, small or the little, big, great, whatever.
Okay.
What you have to do, you got to always go back. You say that I don't have anything to praise about myself. No, you can't. Look at you, Maro. Now you are, like I said, you're 37 years old now.
Mhm.
You know, you are able to manage to get to this 37. Remember, Maro, when you are a little boy in the GR3, you participated in the Independent Festival as a runner, and you came as a third person. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
All the small little thing. Remember, that you remember how do you achieve this little small thing. Remember how you participate in a school play.
Okay.
Remember how you help old people when you was young, or washing the dishes, getting a glass of water for the parents, whatever, man, whatever thing that you can think of.
Okay.
At workplace or any personal life, friends, even with God, whatever. You got to praise yourself at
Okay.
least 3 or 4 times a day. In the morning, look in the mirror and say that to yourself. And
Okay.
then when you're saying it, look in the eyes.
Okay.
Mara, I'm very proud that you did this. Mara, I'm very proud that you achieved that. You do that.
Okay.
Second thing you got to do is when you discover your self love, when you are finding that, you got to forgive yourself.
Mhm.
And also, you got to forgive other people.
Okay.
A lot of things that we can't forgive ourselves. We tend to forgive other people,
Yeah.
but we don't forgive ourselves. The first thing you do, you got to forgive yourself as well. You got to forgive the other people. You can't go carry all the baggages around you when you are discovering self-love. No, you're not going to find that, man,
Yeah.
because you're busy to carrying your baggages.
Yes.
So you got to release that. You got to get rid of the baggages by saying, letting go and forgive whatever thing happened.
Okay.
The last thing you do is called commitment. When you say commitment, is that I want you to commit on one thing. It's called, you can call it an affirmation,
Okay.
saying this is another, again, Marisa Pia taught me this.
Yeah.
Continue saying all the time, I am lovable. I am lovable.
Yeah.
Because of because according to the Marisa Pia and her teaching, she said, when you say that I am in love with myself or whatever thing, your brain is always going to fight you. When you
Okay.
say that I'm lovable,
Mhm.
that's the absolute truth. Your brain couldn't fight with you.
Okay.
It has to accept that,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
therefore, sometimes the affirmation doesn't work because I'm so powerful, and then your brain said, "No, you're not. You don't even have title." You're
Yeah.
fighting yourself all the time.
Yeah.
Affirmation means that you have to truly believe, and your
Yes.
brain has to believe, your mind has to believe.
Yeah.
Therefore, when you say I'm unlovable, that's a universal truth.
Yeah. It is a.
Your
It's
brain or your mind
opportunity
couldn't.
for you. It's not right and wrong. It's offering you
No,
opportunity. I am lovable. Yeah.
yeah.
I can get that. Yeah.
So you do that. If you do the three things, you finding the self-love and self-discovery and personal growth will take you to the next level, mate.
Man, thank you so much for sharing this. I'm really pleased. So before we end up and this session, where people can find you if they want to talk to you about this more.
You can find me on the Facebook.
Okay.
I got a Facebook page. It's called
Okay.
Unstoppable Immigrant.
Unstoppable immigrants.
So Myron Aung,
Okay.
and then space dash,
Yeah.
and then space is an unstoppable immigrant.
Okay. So I'll put the link in the description below on this video.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
excuse me. I can even send excuse me, I can even send you the link
Okay.
in there, and then you can share there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, before wrapping up, I would like you to tell me in one statement what is your legacy you want to leave, or what is
Ah,
your
hell.
final message you want to give to the audience?
My purpose is that I want to help people to overcome their fear and build the utmost confidence so that they can create the magnificent life that they deserve. So my belief is, again, is coming from two mentors. One is Dr. John DiMartini, and another one's come from the Marisa Peer, who changed my life. These two mentors have changed my life incredibly.
Okay.
You can't live the world with pain and the pleasure, good and bad, black and white.
Yeah.
That's my mentor, Dr. John DiMartini, teach me. And if you can demonstrate that in life,
Yeah.
I don't think that you're gonna be depressed or you're gonna be frustrated, you're gonna be angry, because when you understand that, when you accept that, you see the world the way they are. There's no good or there's no bad.
Mhm.
That's the first one. Second one that I embedded in my belief is that I am enough.
Mhm.
I am enough. You are enough. Everybody is enough. We are enough. When you feel that you are enough,
Mhm.
whatever thing that you want to do, that gives you the power. It gives you the powerful stage, whatever, to tackle all the obstacles that come into your way.
Mhm.
So always remember, there's no bad, there's no good, just the way things they are, and you are always enough because you are enough, Mike.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for showing up and sharing your experience and giving us the good guidelines to fall in love with yourself, especially starting from the rock bottom of your life. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.